Hey YouTube, this is Edward Underhill, and I'm here with my review for SummerSlam 2016. Went and saw it at the movie theater today, and coming out of this show, I thought the show overall was decent for the most part. I mean, there was one really good match on the show. There was a lot of stuff that had me scratching my head for the most part, but and I'll get into it in a few minutes, but this show's been getting a lot of feed, and I've been watching a lot of videos and reading a lot of stuff on, Facebook and YouTube and whatnot about how people are upset with this show, and I can understand why. Particularly the ending. But first off, I didn't get to watch the pre-show because I don't have the app on my phone, but or the network, obviously, but one of the guys at the theater where I saw it did have a tablet with him, and he was watching the pre-show on the network, or on his tablet, and I did get to see this Sheamus-Cesaro match, which was pretty good for the most part, or it was decent. Sheamus got the win, surprisingly, so I'm guessing that Cesaro will win match 2 of their best-of-7 series. Sami, Zayn, and Neville beat the Dudleys, and then the Usos team won the 12-man tag match. The main show started off with Enzo and Cass versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens in a tag match. Decent opener here. Enzo came out before the match wearing a Yankee pinstripe outfit. And he comes out and cuts a promo with the audience, which is great. Again, decent tag match here. Jericho and Owens got the win, which was a bit of a surprise. But I'm guessing these guys are going to continue their rivalry, I'm guessing. But then we had the Women's Championship match between Sasha Banks and Charlotte. This match was okay, I guess, but it looks like Sasha got injured pretty badly in this match when Charlotte did a spot to her in the corner, and the way she landed looked like she got hurt really bad. It looked like she hurt her back or her neck or something, but other than that, the match was okay for the most part. But Charlotte got the win with a roll-up countering the Banks statement, which is Sasha's submission move, and she won the title for the second time, which I can live with it since it was a clean finish this time, but I do think that Sasha should have held the belts a little bit longer, though, at least 4 or 5 months of a run, but I'm hoping she wins it back soon. Then we had The Miz versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental title. This was an okay match as well. It did look like Miz was going to throw the match out at one point, but Apollo Crews stopped him, and then Maryse tried to distract him, which he shrugged it off, and then Miz caught him with the skull-crushing finale and retained the championship, which I would have liked to have seen Apollo Crews win. But then we go on to, which I think everyone will agree was the match of the night, and that was John Cena versus AJ Styles Part 2. Absolutely outstanding match. These guys, I haven't had a chance to sit down there and watch their Money in the Bank match yet, but I will pretty soon, hopefully pretty soon. But this was a outstanding match here, guys. If you haven't seen this match, check it out. Definitely, I'd say one of the top matches of the year so far, of the ones that I've seen. But there were times in this match where Cena looked like he was thinking, how am I going to beat this guy? Because AJ just would not give up. He hit him with an AA off the top rope. He put him in the STF. He hit him with everything he could. But AJ just refused to give in, and he won by hitting the phenomenal forearm off the top rope. And he pinned Cena 1, 2, 3 in a clean finish, and the crowd showed Cena respect after the match, and it looks like Cena's going to be going away for a while. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I'm glad that AJ won this match. To me, he should have walked out of this feud the victor when it started. but I'm glad that he won clean. But overall, match of the night for sure. Then we had one of the more disappointing matches on this show, and that was the WWE Tag Team Championship match between the New Day, which was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. First off, Jon Stewart comes out to the ring before the match, and he apologizes to the audience about what he did last year when he got involved in the Cena Rollins match. Then he says he's going to be the legal cornerman for the New Day. And the match was okay, I guess, but towards the end of the match, Anderson and Gallows are setting up for the Magic Killer, and Stewart comes in the ring for no reason whatsoever, and they tell him to get out of the ring. He does. They set it up for the Magic Killer again. He comes back in the ring. They basically put... I can't even remember who was in the ring at this point, but they basically decide they're going to do to him what they did to Big E a while back, and then just when they're about to basically crotch him with the ring post, Big E comes out, ref rings the bell, and he basically proceeds to beat the crap out of Anderson and Gallows' payback for what they did to him, and they win by DQ basically. But the match basically goes to a no contest, but and then the New Day celebrates in the ring afterwards, but just completely garbage ending in my opinion. No disrespect to Jon Stewart, but he has no business being in a WWE ring. Then we had the WWE Championship match between Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler. Ambrose, of course, is the champion going into the match. This was a pretty good match in my opinion. Ambrose won, surprisingly. I would have had no complaints if Ziggler won. But I'm an Ambrose fan, so I'm happy to see him win and get a good run with the belt. Then we had the 6-person women's tag team match between Sasha, Becky Lynch, Carmella, and Naomi versus the team of Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Nikki Bella, who made her surprise return and got a massive pop from the audience. As everyone, they did tease Eva Marie coming. Eva Marie was going to be in the match, but of course then they didn't. So Nikki Bella came out. Again, an okay match here. All 6 women did their traditional stuff, and then Nikki got the pin for her team when I think she pinned Carmella with her new finisher, which looks like a fireman's carry into a diamond cutter, I think is what it looked to be. But again, people who know what that move is can let me know in the comments. But yeah, just an okay match. Then we had my second favorite match on this show, which was the Universal Championship match between Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. Really enjoyed this match. AJ and Cena was slightly better, but I still really thought this match was good. Seth Rollins came out wearing an all black and green outfit. He looked like something out of Tron Legacy, to be honest. And then Finn Balor came out with his badass Demon War paint. As far as the Universal title itself goes, I know people are unhappy with the design. It is essentially just the WWE World title with a red strap and a black swoosh under the logo and a Universal Champion banner at the bottom. I'm sure that that's just a placeholder for when they get the final belt designed, but we'll see what happens. But the match itself, I enjoyed it. I do agree it could have been a little bit better, but I still thought the match was really good. As far as Finn Balor winning goes, I know some people think that Rollins should have won and they should have just done a longer chase with them all the way through Christmas, but with Finn Balor coming off his NXT run, I think it was the right call to have him win the belt. I know some people are going to have their opinions on that, and that's fine. But I'm happy to see Finn Balor get a good main roster push. But I'm sure this isn't the end for him and Rollins. I'm sure they're going to have another match at Clash of Champions, which I'm sure will be outstanding. Then we had basically just a throwaway segment with the United States Championship match between Rusev and Roman Reigns. First off, Lana comes out and she looks freaking amazing. I'm just going to say this, Rusev is a lucky bastard. But the match doesn't even start. He comes out, Then Reigns comes out, and his reaction was lukewarm for the most part. But it was mostly boos, and then they basically just brawl for a good 4 or 5 minutes or so, and then they basically don't even start the match. But he hits Rusev with a pretty vicious spear from the entrance ramp, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, just throwaway segment. But I'm guessing they're probably going to have a match at Clash of Champions as well, which is the next event for Raw. And then last but not least, we had the interpromotional match between Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman was at ringside. This was not good. I mean, I love Brock Lesnar and I love Randy Orton, but this just was not good. I mean, you know, they beat the crap out of each other for a few minutes. Orton got suplexed at least 7 times. Lesnar threw him through the announcer's table, which one of the announcer's tables actually broke. And then Orton hit an RKO on the announcer's table, the other one. And then he got back in the ring. He hit him with the DDT through the ropes, and then hit him with a second RKO. Lesnar kicked out, and then he teases the punt from the corner, which as most people know, Orton used to do that. And then Lesnar hits him with an F5, Orton kicks out, and then the match just basically goes to hell. Lesnar's pissed off, he takes off his gloves, he starts pounding away at Orton, and he cuts him open bad. I mean, we haven't seen blood from WWE in a long time, and it got to the point where the ref had to stop the match to clean Orton up, and Lesnar just wasn't giving up. He kept pounding away at Orton, making it worse, and then it got to the point where they had to stop the match. Lesnar won via KO, knockout basically, and then he decided he wasn't done. He kept pounding away at Orton. More refs come out. Shane actually comes out as well, and Lesnar basically hits Shane with an F5, and then Heyman tells him to back off. He leaves the ring, and that's how the show ends. And it looks like Orton may have possibly gotten a concussion. I don't know for sure, but the way he was looking around the ring, he looked like he got his bell rung for sure. But overall, I'd say this show was not that great. I mean, most of the matches were okay for the most part. Cena versus AJ was the match of the night. I think for most people will agree with me on that. Balor versus Rollins was good. Again, most people are going to have mixed feelings about the end result of that match, but I was happy with it. But overall, I'd say this show could have been a lot better, WWE. I mean, after 3 pay-per-views that were solid for the most part, you basically pretty much put together one of the worst shows ever, in my opinion. But I'm sure people are going to have mixed feelings about this, but aside from Cena versus AJ, I can't really think of anything else on this show that was like. And I get Finn Balor versus Rollins was good. That was a good match, but I do think the show could have been a lot better. But that's my opinion on SummerSlam 2016, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this show. Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? The ending to me could have been a lot better. I mean, again, I don't know what they're going to do with Lesnar going into Mania 33. And also, the crowd was chanting Goldberg at the end, and I half expected him to come out and them teasing a match with him and Lesnar, but I doubt they're going to do that match again, but you never know. But that'll do it for my review, guys. Leave your thoughts and comments below on what you thought of this show, and I will see you guys in my next video. And until then, have a good evening.